Look, if you don't have some form of body armor right now, you definitely need to get it before it is banned, no matter where you live in the United States. Understand that it was just banned in the state of New York, and that can happen anywhere else, especially if you live somewhere that shares politics with a state like New York. New York Senate Bill S9407B was signed by the governor there, and it bans the sale and possession of body armor vests or soft armor vests, and is likely to be amended eventually to include things like armor plate inserts and everything else related to body armor. And this takes effect in New York State on July 6th. So obviously, if you're there and you don't have something, you should probably get it right now. And if you're anywhere else in the country, especially somewhere that shares politics with states like New York, this could easily happen to you very soon. Now, body armor is extremely important in any SHTF scenario. The ability to defend yourself from an incoming attack from somebody who wants to do malicious harm to you is very important. And in states like New York, and especially New York City, where it's impossible to be able to carry a firearm, having the ability to wear a body armor vest was one of the only ways you could defend yourself. But now that's no longer an option. So keep in mind that, I have links in the description as well as in the pinned comment for companies like Premier Body Armor, where I'm wearing their plate carrier here that has level 4 ceramic plates in it. I also have companies like Mira Safety that make level 4 ceramic plates as well. I've got discounts for these companies, and these are things you should get now because at some point in time, you might not be able to actually get them. And I do have the Premier Body Armor Everyday Armor t-shirt, which I did make a video about for y'all, to just give you other options about ways you can protect yourself without even telling anybody you have armor on. But now that's no longer an option for those who are in places like New York State. And that is a big issue because your ability to stop a threat should be very important to you, especially in the idea of preparedness. And don't think that this is limited to New York State alone, because this can happen on a national scale very easily. HR 4568, or Responsible Body Armor Possession Act, which was introduced to Congress in September of 2019, would prohibit the purchase, ownership, or possession of enhanced body armor by civilians, including helmets or shields that exceed level 3 ballistic standards, which means just about anything that could stop a rifle round would not be allowed to you. Level 4 plates, like what I have here in this plate carrier, would stop up to armor-piercing 30-06 rounds, which is important for SHTF preparedness because the most common calibers out there are going to be 5.56 and 308, and 5.56 M193 or M855 would both be stopped by level 4 plates. But based on HR 4568, you wouldn't be allowed to own anything above level 3, which means you wouldn't be able to stop a lot of those rounds with the armor you would have access to. So that's why this is so important. Make sure you guys get what you need before it's too late. It literally can happen overnight where you live somewhere that suddenly says, you're not allowed to buy this anymore. And if you waited too long, you might be in a bad situation where you no longer have the ability to actually protect yourself. And that's what body armor is. It's self-protection. It's literally not offensive. It's not aggressive. There's nothing you do with it in the sense of being the aggressor. It's all about self-preservation. And they're trying to take that away from you. And you have to ask yourself the question, why would that be? Well, I could say that, when you are the authority and people have the ability to defend themselves from the tools that you would use in order to take from them what you may want to take at some point in time, well, once they don't have the ability to defend themselves, it makes it a lot easier to do. These are just things to keep in mind. I wanted to bring this to your attention to make sure you're aware that this is something you should be aware of and thinking about right this second based on what's happening here in the country.